Do men actually lose respect for girls after fucking?
What to do if you feel like the relationship is stuck?
That's how you know when someone's interested.
Rolls into you just being like controlling.
Or you know that's who you want to grind it out with. He's interested when he starts acting kind of silly and goofy and block him.
I still am single, so maybe I haven't learned.
It might be the beginning of the end.
We're literally the definition of like the single friend that give relationship advice. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda.
I'm Teo.
He makes YouTube videos himself and he kind of does like relationship advice stuff.
I'm the best at it.
Apparently, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So today I decided that it would be fun if we did kind of like a relationship advice video, girl perspective versus boy perspective. So we're both going to be giving advice and you guys asked us a bunch of questions. I haven't really looked at these, so hopefully they're good.
So we're going into it blind. We're
Yeah.
kind of just diving right into it. So it should be pretty good.
We're gonna start strong. This girl asked how to know you're actually ready for a new relationship after your ex traumatized you.
When you know that the trauma that you felt from your last relationship won't affect your perspective on anything that you get into going forward. What would you say?
I don't know, I feel like I really experienced this firsthand and I still am single, so maybe I haven't learned. But I think that you'll know you're ready when you just know, like you know when you know. Like you feel healed, you feel content on your own, and you feel like you're not projecting the past onto new things. Dealing with his bad influence friend drinks, parties 24/7, and I just want him to realize that he isn't a good friend.
That's kind of a decision the guy has to make for himself, whether or not he's going to allow his friend to influence his behaviors in the relationship.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing you can do as the girlfriend in that situation, because it's a personal endeavor. It's like you can give perspective on it. It's like, hey, you know, like this person's bad for you. Look at what they may have done, or look at the influences or the, you know, path they're going down. And I don't want, like being someone that loves them, you're like, I don't want you to go down the same path, but the person in it has to make that decision for themselves.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes as the girlfriend, if you were saying like, don't be friends with this person, then that kind of rolls into you just being like controlling, and he might take it as that way, like in that way. Yeah, I feel like you kind of just have to let him figure it out, and maybe like when the friend does something that would be him being a bad friend, be like,
Call it out.
Yeah, call it out. Be like, that wasn't very like nice of him to do. Like I feel like a good friend wouldn't do that, to kind of like get it into his head in a way. What to do if you feel like the relationship is stuck / not evolving? That is tough. You go first.
I feel like it's contextual, so it's like or situational, because it could be because you yourself aren't growing. Because if you're growing as an individual, the relationship evolves as a consequence of that. It's like a ripple effect. And if their partner isn't evolving as well, then it's like there's nothing to talk about. There's no growth. Because when people evolve themselves, the evolution of the relationship grows as well.
But sometimes when you are evolving, it's hard to like evolve together.
Oh, like you think they're growing apart?
Yeah, like sometimes you grow apart instead of growing together.
Then I would say like, I mean, if it just gets too bland, then it's like you might have to just chalk it up for the time being. You know, like I feel like it's almost relatable to like a spark. Like when you lose a spark in a relationship.
Also, I feel like sometimes in relationships you get so comfortable.
That's what I was gonna say.
And like you just like hang out at each other's houses, like order in, kind of just like let it get boring, like you're not doing anything new together. So maybe like if you do care about the relationship and you want to stay with that person, either one, have a conversation with them and be like, I feel like we're not growing, like we need to do something to change this together. We need to work on this together. Maybe try and go on like dates, like do new things together, experience new things, like get it exciting again, because I think that we're just like sometimes you get comfortable and it's just hard
to keep the flame alive.
Yeah, because it's not new and exciting anymore. And relationships are work. Like they're not gonna always be easy. So sometimes you just have to like put in the effort.
It's fun work. It's not like bad work. It's like fun work. You know, relationships are the best, but it's still work, like you said. So.
And if you care about a person, you have to be willing to put that like extra effort in to keep it exciting and fun. And if you don't want to do that, then that's just your sign that you should leave.
And just maybe be on your own for a little bit. Yeah.
My boyfriend and I are dating for 2.5 years, and he can't tell me that he can imagine a future with me. Like he doesn't like to think about the future, so he also doesn't see one with me. What should I do? I think that is so fucking suspicious. I think that's weird. Like 2.5 years is the time where like you're like in it. Like you need to know if you are in it for the long run or if you're like wasting your time.
Because you're already in it long time.
Yeah, because you don't want him to just like keep
not
you
commit.
around and not commit. Like, I don't know, like that's not fair to you. And I think that that's like a conversation you need to have where like yes, I know you don't like talking about the future, but if you love me and you care about me, you will tell me at least if you at
There's
least
something
see me in
worthwhile.
it a little bit. Like if you see me in your future at all.
Well, I also think it's based off age. So how old are they?
I don't fucking know.
Well, because it's like,
It didn't give me that.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like if they're like 16 and they've been dating till like 18, it's like you're asking an 8-year-old boy like, do you see me in my future? Like that's a little different from a conversation than you'd have when you're like 25 or like 23. You know what I'm saying? So I think age plays a role. First of all,
Yeah.
if you are a little like older, like mid 20s, and like, she's right. Like I'm a guy, so it's like you kind of know when you're dealing with somebody who you want to be with long term, and even when shit hits the fan, it's like bottom of your heart, you know that's who you want to grind it out with. If he's not bringing up the future with you, it could be that he's unsure about where he stands in his own life, and then maybe you should talk to him about that first before you start bringing in you into his life. Because if he knows that you care about him and what he's got going on, I guarantee you he's probably gonna rethink his whole life because he knows you care about him, and then he'll bring you into it, you know? So that's the approach I would do that would probably work best if you want to have that type of conversation. But if he is sure of himself and he just kind of is like around just to be around with you, then man, it might be the beginning of the end.
How do you know when a guy has genuine feelings for you or just wants to have sex? This is a really like easy one, I feel like.
Let me just talk about this. He's interested when he starts acting kind of silly and goofy and really nervous and fucking.
He's interested when he starts acting silly and goofy.
And nervous, like, and he don't know what to talk about. He's just kind of navigating it. Like, okay, if a guy's asking interview questions, first of all, he's interested because he's trying to find commonality and common ground where you guys can relate on. Because a guy who wants to just fuck, he'll be hella like careless. He'll be super outgoing, and it'll come off like he has like the most confidence in the world. When a guy's actually into someone, he's like kind of reserved and shy and asks questions to get to know this person. And girls don't like that shit, and I get it because it's like, why am I in this fucking interview and why are you being so weird? But it's true, bro. Like, bro, you know what
I
I'm
feel like that just got personal.
It did, bro. It wasn't just personal. That's true though, because every guy's the same when it comes to that. Like, if they like you, if a guy likes you, bro, they're nervous. They don't know how to like navigate it until they do. You know?
Okay, but sometimes they could act like that and then still just be trying to fuck. Sometimes.
Nah, because they're still smooth though.
Sometimes.
So even if they're acting giddy, it's just their personality. They're more extroverted.
Also, I feel like it's situational, like how he asks you to hang out. Like, is he trying to just get you to like come over and you don't see him outside of his bedroom? Like, if he's not trying to take you out and take you serious and like have conversations with you, like genuinely actually trying to get to know you. I don't know, like I feel like guys that are just trying to fuck,
they won't take their time.
Yeah, they don't want to get to know you. Like, they don't give a fuck. I feel like guys are really bad at like hiding when they're trying to just fuck. Like, they're very, very obvious, and if they care about you, you're gonna know. So if you're questioning it at all, you're probably just trying to fuck.
Facts. And plus too, if a guy wants to get to know you, it'll be a slow, like gradual thing. That's how you know when someone's interested, because a person who wants to just fuck don't have a lot of time to invest in. So it's always like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing tonight? Hey, like, I'm gonna be over here. Like, you wanna click up later?
Not actually putting an effort to see you, just kind of doing it out of convenience. They're probably trying to fuck.
Yeah. Do men actually lose respect for girls after fucking them? I would say
terrible ones.
It depends on how much interest the guy actually has in you. It goes back to the last question, where it's like, does he like me?
Yeah, I think it really
depends if he likes you.
It comes all down to that.
And after they fuck you, they're gonna be around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It depends on how much interest they have in you. So
yeah.
No, a guy who's actually interested in you would not lose respect after you have sex with them.
Yeah. Guys who lose respect after you have sex with them are actually pieces of shit, because like we both participated. Like, I don't have respect for you either. How about that?
My parents hate my husband, so it's caused a lot of issues. How do I set boundaries with parents?
Damn.
That's a good one.
I said I was gonna keep them anonymous.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. When it comes to boundaries, they have to be set in the beginning. And so it depends on how much you or your partner talk in the relationship about your relationship, because no one can talk about what they don't know, and or they can just make assumptions, but even you know the assumptions may not be real. Okay, so the boundary, how you set boundaries with your parents is like, you may have to exactly do what we did the last question. It's like you have to stick up. Be like, I need you to stop talking about my relationship. Like you literally have to just say it with your chest and let your nuts hang a little bit and be like, listen, I'm not. No, for real. It's like I need you to stop talking about my love life.
Yeah.
Like period.
Yeah.
Period. And if they don't, right, and they want to fight about it, then be like, I'm not gonna put up with this shit. You have to tell your parents that this is who I decided to be with. I'm in love. This is
her husband.
This is your husband. This is my husband. Like
I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
respectfully.
No, respectfully. Like, there's one thing to say like your family doesn't like the person you're with, but if you got to the point where you married this man and your father walked you down the aisle to hand you off to this man, and they still
we don't know if he walked down the aisle.
Okay, yeah, my bad. But
they could have gotten married in Vegas. We don't know.
Man, it's Elvis. Shout out to Elvis for that, for real. Man, Vegas weddings are crazy. I would never do that. Maybe in Miami. I'm just kidding.
I would probably get married in Vegas.
You would?
For fun. Like as a joke.
You really? How to stay away from an unhealthy ex who keeps trying to come back into your life. You block them.
Yep.
You block them.
Yeah, you literally block them.
Out of sight.
What I did.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
Stop letting them back in. And you know that they're toxic. You don't want them to come back in.
Yeah. And if you enjoy the toxicity, you're the problem. Because no one can come back in if you don't let them.
Yeah, just tell them to fuck off and then block them.
I've been single for about 4 years now. I'm 22 and I'm ready to be in a relationship now. Well, go on out there and get you some. You better go out there and talk to people, bro, or lady. It's tough out here for everybody. You know, it's slim pickings. So you better get your head in the game.
The way I just let you take over. I'm like, you go. I got no personality left in me.
Oh, look, is long distance worth it? Oh, okay, you go for that.
Okay, it's like situational, I think. I feel like it can be. I think that if it's healthy and you have an end goal of like you two ending up in the same place at some point, I think then it's like worth it. But I think if there's no end in sight of either of you moving to where the other person is or like coming to like a middle ground, then it's like, what's the point?
It's worth it if you think that something will eventually happen where you guys can actually build a future together.
Yeah.
Like if it's a momentary thing. But if it's not a momentary thing, you guys both are very set in your ways. It's like you might just have to, chalk it up. How long is too long to stay when you know it's already over? After you already know it's over, it's too long to stay.
Yeah, you gotta just walk away. Like once you have that idea in your head, it's kind of just like, all right.
You're killing time.
Yeah, you're wasting your time after that single thought.
Oh, you should know that. How do I get more confidence to put myself out there?
He just said to me, you should know that.
No, because you gave me game about how to do it earlier.
I was like, what the fuck? Wait. What did I say?
Well, you're telling me stop doing too much.
I told you to stop being weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't be weird.
Okay, wait,
First
no.
off, don't be weird.
Okay, no. I don't know, you kind of just have to like do it. Like, just talk to them like you would talk to anybody else. I feel like we put people on a pedestal really easily, but at the end of the day, everyone's just human. We all think the same kind of, to an extent. I don't know, I think you might as well shoot your shot like life's short. Like, fuck it.
The more times you practice just literally putting yourself out there, the more you start to let go of all like the pressure you have on yourself to try to make something happen. You know, so it's like you start to get out of your head a lot of the time. So the more practice of just going up and talking to people and trying to just put yourself out there in a social setting, not necessarily to get anything out of it, builds the confidence enough to continuously do it over and over again, where something can eventually just hit. How to manage long distance.
Always having like the next time you're gonna see each other planned. Like, don't leave each other without knowing the next time you'll see them.
Plan the next trip when you guys are together.
Yeah, like always have something to look forward to keep it alive.
And keep the dream of you guys coming together alive as well.
Yeah. And like communication, like FaceTime, texting throughout the day, like updating each other even though you're not seeing each other every day. You just have to put in that extra little effort.
Agreed. I'm 33 and never been in a relationship, not by choice. Help me. You gotta put yourself out there. Ain't no way to put it.
You gotta switch something
You
up.
33.
You
like,
gotta change something.
Yeah, you 33. This is not no like 22-year-old, 18-year-old talk. This is like, bro, we need to get the shit rolling. We're gonna go out every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Thursday and be like, we gotta talk to people. We gotta go out there.
Every dating app, make a profile.
You need a Hinge, you need a Bumble, Tinder, you need a Raya if you can get invited. You need everything. You need to be full-fledged, and you want a relationship, like, not by choice. You want a relationship, you gotta just go full throttle, baby. You gotta just put your head in the game and just see what sticks.
Yes, and also I think you need to like look at what you've been doing and figure out what you've been doing wrong. There's got to be something.
Yeah, what do you mean not by choice? Is that
maybe you just haven't met the one, honestly though, because sometimes we meet the one later in life, and that's okay.
Nah, bro. At that point, you gotta make the one.
At that point, the one might have died.
They're gone. The one, you gotta create the one. You gotta be the one for yourself, and then the one will come.
We're literally the definition of like the single friends that give advice, that give relationship advice.
Yeah.
Like, who are we to talk?
I was telling her this earlier. I was like, I know all the advice of like how to properly operate within a relationship. I just can't get in a relationship.
Yeah, I think I'm the same.
Yeah, like bro, it's very difficult.
We're very similar.
Extremely. My boyfriend and I live together, but he still latched onto his mom's tit. Listen.
His mom's tit.
Have you talked to him about it? Have you been like, listen, like, you kind of a mama's boy, and your relationship with your mom is kind of ruining our relationship because
But how do you say that?
You got
That's
to.
his mom. I think that that's
to.
tough. Okay, I am imagining it like, let's say they're like at fucking Home Goods. I feel like if he's trying to decide like, maybe I should buy this pillow, he's like, let me call my mom and see what she thinks. Like, I feel like he's like probably always calling his mom, getting her opinion on every situation that they are dealing with. I think that she needs to be like, I love your mom, I respect your relationship with your mom, but like, this is our life and this is our situation that we are dealing with. Like, maybe let's figure it out ourselves, and we don't need her opinion.
That's the best way to go about it, because I was gonna say, if based off that situation, I was gonna be like, if you're a girl and you're comfortable with your man, you can be like, you need to drop your nuts and stop calling your mom about everything.
That's a little bit mean. I think you just gotta say it in a nice way.
Yeah, you gotta say it take her advice on that one. Why do guys say they love you, but then once you break up, they don't care? What's there to care for? Like, as a guy, okay, so like, they love you, okay? Depending on the fallout of the relationship, it's like, what else is there to love? The past? You know, who you turned into that didn't work out? Like, I'm giving it to you cold because it's needed. You know, like girls. Like, when guys be like, oh, she told me she loved me, why isn't she around still? It's like, she doesn't love the person you grew into. She doesn't love anything about you that she thought was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's no love once it's over.
I mean, there could be. I think that also sometimes when you break up, like, you fall back and like, you still could have love there for that person, but like, the relationship's done. So they're trying to move on too, just like you are.
Opinions on posting your boyfriend or girlfriend on social media.
If you are posting your boyfriend, let's say, and he does not post you ever, that is so weird. I think that's sus. I think if the boyfriend's only posting the girlfriend never posts the boyfriend, like, that's weird too. I think that like, you equally should post each other. I don't understand why people don't. I mean, if you want to keep it private, okay. But
this is my opinion on it, bro. Like, because Instagram is like the biggest dating app in the world.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it is, you know? So like, if you in a relationship and you're proud of your person, you post that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, you post your person, and because you're proud of them.
Yeah.
Like, this is my person. This is a representation of me. And I want to share that with the world, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, as long as you and your partner are on the same page about, like, being locked in with one another, there should be no threat of, like, posting them.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
because
you guys should post each other.
Post each other, because that whole like keep it anonymous, you know, whole Pinterest private vibe. It's like, you know what you should keep private? What comes out of your mouth when you talk about your relationship, not the person who you're posting. You publicly,
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, you publicly showcase who you're proud to be with in the world.
Yeah.
Because people who don't do that secretly want to keep their options open and see what they can grab based off of, you know, the attention they get.
I'll say every guy that I know that does not post their girlfriends is not loyal.
How to make moves in the talking stage. Don't talk to me about that. I don't know how to do that.
I think...
Actually, I do. I have an opinion on that.
I feel like you just keep it consistent and like slowly progress. You know what? I haven't gotten past the talking stage in about 3 years, so I really should shut the fuck up.
Bro, I just fumbled someone off a talking stage, so... But I
would
would
chill.
Say, yeah, be chill.
Be chill. Be yourself. Don't put too much pressure on it.
And take your time.
Last one, everyone. Let's see what it is. I handed my video over to Teo because I'm tired.
Most important part of a relationship.
I don't know. I'm not in one.
What would you guess would be?
Communication, honesty, loyalty, all of the things that are good.
I would say consistency is the most important part of a relationship. Like for real.
No, that was good. Mine was stupid.
Well, you're tired, so it's fine.
No, that was good. Consistency, because you need to be consistent in all of those.
All
things
those
that I just said.
aspects. Yeah, all those aspects. If you're consistent in all the aspects, then you'll have a healthy relationship no matter what. Because it's like a lot of the time people will like go through full throttle in the beginning, but they can't keep up that standard, and that's when they burn out, and that's when they start to have problems, because people start to, you know, think people switched up, when in reality it's like what they did to get you is something that they weren't actually like.
Solid.
So I'm your boy for the advice.
Yeah, he gives great advice.
I'm telling you.
I do too.
Yeah, you do. You really do. You do.
I'm like, give me credit.
You do.
Give me credit where
You
it's
do.
due. I give him advice, and then he gives everyone else advice in the entire world. Like, the amount of people that go to this kid for advice, unreal.
Helps me with the talking stage stuff. I don't know how to do talking stage shit. When it comes to,
I just know how girls think.
yeah, like I'm the guy. I'm still a guy at the end of the day. Like,
Yes.
you know, like I know relationship dynamics and what works and what doesn't. But when it comes to like trying to get into a relationship, that's her MO. You know, she's better at that than me. I can't do that.
He's real bad.
I'm hella bad.
I
at
saw
that
some
shit.
things today that it made me question a lot of things.
Really, it was
The advice giver needs advice himself.
on how to be in a relationship.
How to get into one.
Yeah, I be just doing too much.
Highly concerning.
In the conclusion of it was like
He was doing too much.
I do too much. It was just like desperate vibes, right?
Yep.
Desperate vibes.
It was a
So
little scary.
it's because I'm just like, I like talking to people. If I'm interested, I want to talk to you. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that comes off like doing too much.
Comes off a little scary. I hope that we helped you guys in any sort of way. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Yep.
Go follow Teo.
Yeah, please subscribe. Follow me on IG. That's it.
Yep.
And stay loyal to Amanda's channel.
That's so sweet.
Mhm.
Say one nice thing about me. Just to wrap it up.
Amanda has probably the best perspective I've ever met out of anyone I've known.
Am I really?
Yeah, you
That was
did.
real sweet.
You did.
Thank you.
She can see the beauty in everything. Truly.
It's really nice.
Because if she has a problem with something, if she sees something, she has a problem with it, but then you know something's really actually like wrong with it. That's a fact. So
Me fishing for compliments. I'm like, so okay. That's it.
there we go.
All right, love you guys.